Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Coin Drop Podcast, episode number 107. And as I stated last time on the podcast, because Mike was giving me so much grief for my awful segues, which, granted, were awful, he's running the show tonight. So strap in, because Mike has done the research, he's done the topics, he's going to be leading this episode. Sure. So join me in laughing.
Point and laugh at the idiot.
Point and laugh at the fool who thinks this is so easy.
Yes.
But before we get into that, we're going to do a little bit of our housekeeping that we generally kind of do at the top. Mike and I catch up, kind of fill you guys in on what's going on in our lives. And, you know, I don't know, just do the things. So, Mike, what have you been up to this week?
Stuff. I mean, I was working and running gigs for newspaper people. I don't know what we would call them anymore, because we're not like paper boys. We're not on bikes. We're throwing them out of car windows.
You're Philip J. Fry from Futurama. You're a delivery boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotta get you a red jacket and give you the flock, whatever the fuck they call that hair, faux hawk, I think it is. Isn't that what he has in that? I don't remember.
I think it honestly almost kind of reminds me of like a weird cousin of a pompadour.
Yeah, it's somewhere in there. Yeah.
Then he has like a little like mullet thing going on the back too, with the way that they animated the top of it. Yeah. Yeah. Aside from that, I got heavy back into streaming, so I've been streaming like every night, if not like every other night on TikTok, which yeah, it's been good.
Cool.
What about you, sir? How have you been?
It's been a week. I rolled my ankle pretty nasty the other night coming down the back stairs. We have like an earth drain in our back stairs because it's in the backyard, and you don't want your basement to flood. Well, it was obscured by debris, and I happened to put my foot down in it, and boy, did that suck.
Deborah got in the way.
Damn Deborah. That Deborah's. So I rolled it pretty nasty. I have a history of like super badly spraining my ankles to where they take weeks to months to heal and like lots of PT. So I immediately was like, fuck, like I'm going on a trip in 4 fucking weeks, and then PAX is right after that. But luckily, it doesn't seem to be too bad. It didn't swell up too bad. I got ice on it immediately, got some, medicine, and I'm okay. It sucks to walk for a long period of time, but hopefully that'll be gone by the time we go to Norway and do PAX later next month. Other than that, I finished Red Dead Redemption 2. And boy, do I have a hot take on that game.
Yeah.
We talked about it a little bit off camera after I finished it. I have now 44 hours of footage that I need to edit for that playthrough that I'm doing for it.
600 gigs.
Yeah, like 605 gigs worth of data. And
this 3 Call of Duty installs, man.
It's why I have my 2 4 terabyte drives. It's like I store a ton of data on those. It has all of our past episodes, everything, like tons of shit, just their data storage. Yeah. But man, like, I understand why that game is beloved. I do. But I do not believe it deserves 124 Game of the Year awards. I really don't. I've seen a lot of people say like their attention to detail is amazing. No, it's not. No, it's not. Their depth is really good, and there's a lot to the game. But attention to detail in a game is not having a glitch at least once an hour. And on top of that, game-breaking glitches. Like, that game broke on me, and I don't mean like crashes, because it crashed on me a lot too, but like physics broke in that game. Actions broke in that game. Lighting broke in that game. Effects broke in that game. Just insane shit. Game broke the game. It has one of the worst user interfaces on PC that I have ever seen. In terms of like, there is no distinction between you need to press this button or you need to hold this button. Zero distinction. There's 3 different fucking buttons for picking something up. You've got the tab key to pick up a gun. You've got the E key to pick up an item, and the R key to pick up your hat or pick up something that's like, why? Why is there 3 different buttons for that? The fuck, man? Like,
you don't want to pick up your soup when you mean to pick up your rifle, man.
And why do I have to hold every button? Every button is press to hold or tap. Why can't it just one click? Done. What the fuck? It has one of the worst user interfaces and keys I've ever seen in a PC game, in any game. Yep. And when this game came out 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 2018, right? So 7 years ago, these glitches would have been understandable. Totally understandable. Like, it's brand new. It's a big open world game. Dude, there was one time I was rowing a boat and the boat was underwater. I was in a submarine rowboat. What the fuck is that? Like, these are glitches that shouldn't exist 7 years after the game's been out. My gun clipped through my holster more times than I can count. There was the mission, the Braithwaite mission, where you have to like burn their fields, and I think you're with Micah in that, if I remember correctly. I don't remember if it's Micah or Charles or anyways, whoever you're with. It's
a couple of them.
Yeah, after you burn the fields, he's like, run to this wagon, right? Because our exit's been cut off. Go to this wagon and cut the horses free. So like I run over there and I tap E, and it broke the game. The guy, like Arthur, made the action to cut the harness, and it didn't cut. And it would not let me hit E again. It wouldn't let me hold E. Didn't matter where I moved, what I tried to do. I literally had to just throw a firebomb at my feet and go, okay, fuck it, I'll try it again. And it took me 3 tries before the game actually let me fucking cut the horse free. Like, that is cyberpunk level bullshit. That is a joke 7 years into a game. So like, the story is compelling as fuck. The character acting, the voice acting, the facial animations, the gameplay when it works is really good. But like, going back to what I said last episode about I will suffer through bad gameplay for a good story, that's Red Dead Redemption 2. It's a good story, and the gameplay is absolute shit, in my opinion. Like, there are some really cool things that can happen in that game, and there's some really fun stuff you can do to like break the game in a very funny way. But overall, that doesn't make a good game. Like, that makes it funny, that makes it enjoyable, but that doesn't make it good, in my opinion, right? Like, it's a serious story, and you can do shit in that. Like, you were telling me the other day about somebody who like shot a dynamite arrow at Micah towards the end. And
if you time it just right, the actual fuse, because it doesn't explode right away, will blow up right when Dutch walks out and shoots Micah. But then Micah does his like walk away animation in the cinematic, but he's just like a fleshy skull.
Yeah, like there's a lot of games that have that, but that's like, that's not the only case of that. And there's so much where I'm like, okay, on paper this game is cool. But there's a lot of missteps, I think, in like just, did they fucking troubleshoot at all? Did they QA for like bugs at all? Because I'm literally going to like, it got to the point. So I edited the first 8 episodes before playing through the rest of the game, and now I have like 100 and some odd episodes I have to edit. But I'm literally going to be cutting out all of like the random bullshit that happens throughout the game and making a super cut that is just all the fucking bullshit I experienced. And I guarantee you there's at least 2 or 3 per episode that will be cut and put in, because like one of them actually happened in episode 9. I cut it out. It was during travel. Some random wild horses decided to run up onto the road. I don't know if I showed you that. Did I show you that? I don't think I showed you that. So I was coming up the road. I was on a mission, and I'm just fucking running up the road, and some wild horses just come up from my left, and they like go onto the road, and there's 5 of them, and 4 of them veer off and go off the road immediately. And the 5th one like veers onto the road, sees me, and then turns to get off the road, and then banks back onto the road like a fucking cop making a barricade wall, and I plow into the fucking thing and go flying off my horse. I'm just like, oh, okay, fuck you. Like, great, thanks. Okay, cool. Like, granted, that's, I guess, my fault, but like, the horse was very clearly like, oh shit, somebody's coming. You fucking move over here. Nope, fuck you. Like, it was some GTA level bullshit of like a player who's like, haha, take this fucker, trying to knock somebody off a motorcycle. Like, there's a lot
Yeah, it's a lot of the autopiloting thing I was telling you about. Like when you mentioned when you like pull your rifle out in the middle of a gunfight on horseback, and your horse just will run into shit.
Yep. Yeah, there's
and
no.
If you like, it doesn't make sense. Like I was telling you, like if you sprint through woods, the autocorrect will try to like pull you to the nearest open area, but it just pulls you into like a fucking tree instead. Between a gap of two trees, you always veer left.
Yep.
At the left tree every single time. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Yep.
It's always the left tree.
What drives me crazy is there's no indication to when the horse is running itself and when you need to run it. So for the first like 20 something hours of gameplay, I'm trying to shoot and navigate my horse when I'm like looking behind me to shoot at guys coming. And it's not until I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop and like fire at these guys. I'm like, why is my horse still running? Oh, it's on autopilot. It's also not made clear that like in cinematic mode when you're traveling, the horse is on autopilot. But it's not completely autopilot because you can still affect the travel to the point where like they give you like room to roam, but it generally ends up fucking you. Especially in like missions where like follow this guy. It's like, okay, I'm gonna follow him. Oh cool, you took me into a boulder because you said I have to be within this range of the character and you put me on this side. Like, what the fuck, man? The GPS quote unquote of the game is so bad, which is insane because Red Dead Redemption 1 had some of the best like movement physics, I would say, and maybe that's because they were using the Euphoria engine, I don't know, but horses in Red Dead Redemption 1 were far better than horses in Red Dead Redemption 2, like hands down. So I don't know, it was wild. The story was really cool. I'm really disappointed about where it wrapped, because it still leaves a time gap between, you know, the events of 1 and the end of 2. And it's like, okay, like I figured this was going to run right up to the point where John gets recruited to go hunt down the gang. And it doesn't, which feels really fucking weird. Unless maybe that's part of like the side story stuff later on. But I don't know. It was an enjoyable game, but it's not one that I am interested in playing again.
I can confirm for you that there's nothing after that. There's no like side story stuff. There's no prologue.
Yeah. Epilogue. It'd be epilogue. Prologue, epilogue, prologue, I think would actually be what it is, because it'd be the epilogue of the epilogue, but the prologue to Red Dead 1.
The first game, yes, it'd be the epilogue prologue.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm still disappointed. Like there's continuity errors in their own game, which is wild to me. Because John says in Red Dead 1 that he left the gang when the gang left him. When they tried to rob a boat and he got shot, they left him for dead. So he stopped riding with the gang. The boat happens at the beginning of the game. You don't play the boat. And John doesn't leave the fucking gang until the end when he's shot, and Dutch leaves him for dead when they're robbing a train.
Yeah.
Also, zero mention, as far as I remember, there's zero mention of Arthur in the first game. So like, why invent a whole new character?
I went back and looked at some clips of the game, and I really do think that one of the last conversations you have with Dutch in the first game, he does specifically mention Arthur.
Maybe he does.
Like he doesn't mention him in a way of like that he's pertinent. They just mention him as like passing, like I think he was like recognizing that Arthur was like really important to John at the time.
That would make sense.
And then that was kind of just like in passing.
Yeah.
They mention Arthur, but not pertinent to the story.
But it doesn't, right. And because it's not pertinent to the story, it makes it a weird design choice to choose that Arthur is the main protagonist of the sequel, which is a prequel, instead of making it about John and his journey to realize that, like, because arguably Arthur and John's story like literally mirror each other. In a sense of like they both come to realize that Dutch isn't somebody to follow, that they need an out. The only difference is Arthur recognizes it way too late. He's too old and he gets TB, right? So
when you finish chapters or hit sub chapters where he finishes doing something in his journal, did you actually go and read some of the notes and like stuff he journaled?
No,
as you progress through the game.
Does he say something?
Dude, some of it is very reflective, reflective of like how he feels like he's kind of like a pseudo father figure for John, and that he's come to terms with the fact that the gang is like really not a good place for anybody.
Yeah.
But John specifically, because John has a son now and he's like going through marriage problems or whatever with his wife. And so that's like the first time I played the game, I didn't read the journal at all. except for the parts where like it forced you. Like
Sure.
if you pick up a treasure map, he'll actually like
Put it
draw
in the-
shit
yeah.
in the journal, and you can like sit there and look at it. But going through the second time, and like, you remember when you get, I think what's the name of that camp that you go to that's in the cave where they hide the money?
Oh, that's the yeah, that's the last one. I know what
Like
you're
the
talking
last
about.
camp, yeah.
Yeah.
That camp, there's a lot of reflection that comes out of Arthur, and he's constantly like telling John, like, you need to get your son and Abigail or whatever her name was, and
Yeah, it
like
was
get
Abby.
the fuck out,
Yeah.
Abby. So reading his journal and then also replaying those parts of the game, there's so much more level of like emotional connection to that, and it's like crazy.
And
I think that's what they mean by attention to detail.
Yeah, like it's that. Like I've seen some shorts of people that are like, if you do this thing this way and then come back and then do this thing and then come back and do this thing, you get this thing. And that's really fucking cool. Don't get me wrong. That is impressive. That is depth that we didn't really see in other games at that time. But
Yeah.
on the whole, like, I recognize that Ghost of Tsushima came out 2 years later, but Ghost of Tsushima was a far better open world game than Red Dead Redemption 2. Like, far better. Story-wise, gameplay-wise, narrative beats, all of it. Just AAA. Like, A+ work. And not to say Red Dead 2 wasn't good, but the level of bugs that are still existing in that game at this point is unacceptable for a AAA game.
So that's kind of where I was saying yesterday. I think it might have to do with the architectural change from the last generation of graphics cards to the 50 series.
Well, specifically for graphical glitches, sure, but stuff like how the horse handles, stuff like your guns clipping through things and things.
That's specifically, that's like game engine specific, but like the game crashes and like the way lighting in like the first hour of the gameplay that you played,
that looked awful.
Like rendered incorrectly, so it looked like everybody was just made of fucking Play-Doh on like a PS4.
Yeah.
That shit is specifically
probably my GPU
to the architectural change.
Yeah.
Because thinking about when I played it first on my RTX 2080 and then again on a 3060 and then again on the 4090, and I never ran into those graphical issues.
Sure.
But you specifically have run into issues like that. And I'm wondering if the other thing that could be causing the actual like game-breaking bugs with emissions is a memory leak. Because I know the 50 series does have an issue with that right now, and it will probably continue to have one for another 6 months as they like figure out how to patch everything.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of for that. But yeah, the horse physics were annoying even to me.
Yeah. There was a time I played
the game 4 times.
There was a time where I was like on a bridge with Sadie towards the end of the game with John, and she's like, let's stay on the road and circle on over this way. I'm like, all right, cool. And I go to hit W and my horse just jumps off the bridge into the ravine. I'm like, oh, okay. Fucking fuck me, I guess. Yeah, we're not gonna do that, John. I'm your horse. I'm gonna go this way. So there was a lot of times when like those kind of things pull me out of games and pull me out of like the love of the game. So I don't know. It's a good game. I don't think it deserved 124 Game of the Year awards. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. I think God of War, when it released, the first like new one that released in 2018 alongside Red Dead, was a better game than Red Dead 2. Just my opinion. The other thing that really pissed me off, and then we'll move on. The first thing that really pissed me off about this game was realizing that there was a cleanliness bar for your weapons and not for your horse. So I spent like 20 minutes brushing my fucking horse, going like, okay, is it clean now? Like, there's no indication. There's still dirt coming off of it, so I guess I'll keep fucking brushing. Like, the lack of communication to player on their systems is actual trash. So, that being said, I think the idea of a prequel was a bad idea. I was rooting for Red Dead Revenge, where you play as Jack, and Jack becomes an outlaw. Like, that was where I expected the game to go after the first one. So going backwards...
I would be down for that, yeah.
I'm hoping that's what Red Dead 3 will be, because obviously they're going to make a third. Like, they're not Valve. They don't count to 2. So...
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought it was super compelling that like the end of Red Dead 1 was you play as Jack and get revenge for your father, and Red Dead Revenge sounds amazing. Also, that being said, I think the guy who does the voice for Dutch, sorry, one more thing and then we'll move on. The guy who did the voice for Dutch did an interview where his nephew like looked him in the face and said, I know what you're doing. You're working on Red Dead Redemption 2. And he's like, no. And he fully believed it because he thought the game was going to be called Red Dead Redux or Red Dead Revolution and or Red Dead Rebellion. And I'm like, holy shit, both of those would have been a better name than Red Dead 2. Because it's the vibe of the game. You are outlaws. You are the rebellion. You are the revolution. Like, it doesn't have to be just a named sequel, but especially since it's not a sequel, it's a prequel. So I don't know. Naming convention's fucked. You don't need to be GTA
hey man,
6.
Are you mad that this game was a prequel and not a sequel?
I'm about as mad about that. I'm going to give you a segue here. I'm about as mad about that as you are about Ubisoft and all the bullshit they do. But before we get to that,
you know, that segue doesn't work either because we're talking about the fucking chair first.
Yeah. Well, that's up to you. You could have chosen to talk about Ubisoft first and then gone to the chair.
I set it up specifically to do the chair first because the next two topics after that are Ubisoft and then it goes in a quick fire. Which
what's this chair?
We'll get there. We'll get there. Uh-huh. So there was this gaming chair that surpassed $3 million in Kickstarter, which is fucking insane for any piece of furniture, let alone just an office chair or gaming chair. The whole idea is that chairs like this, the chair that you have, and even like really high-end chairs from like, is it Harman Kardon?
Yeah, Harman Kardon.
Herman Miller.
Yeah. Harman Kardon is speakers.
Is the audio people.
Yeah, speakers.
Pedal?
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Thanks. I feel great. Yeah. So the whole idea is that those chairs work really good for lumbar support in general, like spinal health. If you don't fucking move, like if you just sit like a stiff board like this, and then don't move.
Yeah, actually,
people don't do that.
Speaking of that, since I replaced, so I got my like feet for this chair, right? That like just stick it to the ground. Since I've done that, this chair has been far more comfortable because now it's in the same place, the same setting, always. But that's just my take.
So, I mean, I've come up there when you were like editing, and you're very like lean forward, like you're super focused and into it. And then when you're watching something, you're like back and like,
but like
relaxed.
It's planted, and so like it's almost like having different settings for like your driving, right, in a car. How you have like multiple settings, right? So like I have my editing setting and my gaming setting. And then I've got my like lounge chill back where I like pull the lever, I kind of lean back, you know, kick the release out. But like, yes, I understand why people don't find these chairs comfortable because it took me a while to figure out how to make it comfortable.
So this chair is called the LiberNovo Bionic Flex Fit.
It sure is. I pulled up their Kickstarter. They're currently
a lot of words.
It's a mouthful. LiberNovo Omni, world's first dynamic ergonomic chair. They're at $4.3 million right now. 5,000 backers.
Yeah. The way the backrest of this chair designed is like fucking crazy, and I wish I could show like on screen. I guess I'll just put it in post. It's set up to kind of mimic a human spine. So it's a bunch of individual pieces that have their own reinforcement, and they move with you instead of like it being a stiff piece of whatever with some padding in it that you lean against. So no matter how you're sitting, whether you like pull your feet up and like, you know, sit on one foot, or you're one of those people that likes to pull your knee up to your chest and then switch every now and again, the chair will actually adjust to the way your back is curving when you do that.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through there.
Yeah, which to me sounds almost kind of gimmicky. Like I don't know how well it's going to matter, but at the same time, I wouldn't know without actually trying it. They also have some motorized features, like they have a built-in like back massager.
See, that's where it feels kind of gimmicky to me.
Yeah.
It is apparently electrically powered. The dynamic support. It has a 3.5 hour charge
with a hot swappable battery.
Yeah, 30 days power storage, I guess. 4 reclining position, can carry up to 300 pounds. And it looks like it's got, they call it dynamic support for full body alignment. So it looks like as you lean back, this electronic dampener adjusts the back, but the armrests and the neck rests also adjust as you do that, which is wild. Yeah. Speaking of the backers, though, I did the math real quick because I was kind of curious. With $4.3 million funded and only 5,200 backers, that is an average of $826 contributed to this per person. Each person, at a minimum, contributed $826, like on average, because that's the full amount divided by the number of people contributed. So
Kickstarter is just fucking crazy to me.
Yeah.
Kind of gonna go off on a tangent here, but I remember there was a Kickstarter. Like,
wouldn't be CoinDrop if we didn't go on a tangent.
Yeah. There was a Kickstarter right at the beginning of the pandemic lockdown shit, where someone just asked for money to make mashed potatoes. They had all the stuff to make it, right? They just asked for money, and then they would film themselves making. Dude, they got $5,000.
I mean,
for a 20-minute video of them just holding their phone awkwardly with one hand and stirring mashed potatoes in a bowl.
What the fuck are we doing wrong, Mike? What are we doing wrong, dude?
We need mashed potatoes, man.
That's so. One of my favorite kind of like ridiculous things like that is I don't know if you're still around, but I heard about this. I legit heard about this. I didn't experience this. I just want to be clear, and I realize the more I say that, the more people are going to doubt that. There is or was a model on OnlyFans that did nothing sexual. All she did was put on an apron and make pancakes. Like, she was fully clothed and she put on an apron and made pancakes, and she made like $5,000 a month doing that shit. Like,
hey Russ, do you want to hear a revelation? Do you want to hear like the most mind-blowing revelation ever?
Sure.
OnlyFans isn't a sexual forward platform.
I know. But when they tried to kill the sexual side, they almost killed their platform. Because that's what it's known for.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would make sense that people would get their rocks off over a woman in an apron.
That makes sense to you, because it doesn't make sense to me. My wife makes breakfast for me quite often, and it doesn't make me that. Like, it makes me happy, but not that kind of happy, you know. But this chair looks kind of cool, I'll be honest. Like, getting back to this.
We're just gonna cut right back to this.
Look, man, I'm trying to keep you on track, okay? You're running this shit, but I'm trying to steer the damn train.
This would be such a comfortable chair to sit in to wait while your wife finishes your pancakes.
Usually it's waffles. I like waffles. I'm a waffle guy. Look, waffles hold the syrup better.
It's your daughter's waffle thing, so it's like one side is like what, Hello Kitty or something like that.
We've got like a unicorn one. We've got like a star, a flower, a snowman, I think a Santa. It's actually really cool. Like, it makes little individual waffles. I love it. It's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
best look. And like the irons pop out, so they're really easy to scrub and clean. It's a great waffle maker. Fucking love that thing. Boy, these chairs are expensive though. Like, scrolling through this, shipping in July, you've got the just multiple different levels, anywhere from $700 to $1,500 for a chair, and it could be the best chair in my life. I'm not paying that money. It's like the TV that my buddy Jared gave me, right? It's like, yeah, that's a cool looking, great TV. I'm very happy to have it. Thank you again, Jared, for, passing that on to me because you didn't want to pay for the wire or whatever. Very happy to have it. I definitely would not have. Yet? Huh?
Did you tell him how much the TV was worth?
He knows.
Does he know?
He's aware.
Before you just dox yourself right now.
I in no fucking world would I have paid $10,000 for that TV new. Just not a fucking chance.
Nope.
Because no item in the world is worth, like, no TV. I shouldn't say item because cards are obviously worth more than that. No TV is worth more than like at a maximum, the most I'd be willing to pay for a TV, $1,200. That's my maximum. That I'm like, no. Yeah. A chair, bro. I was mad about the price about this thing. And this was like.
Did you also get a SecretLab desk?
No, I want the SecretLabs desk, but I haven't gotten the desk. Yeah. Because I like how they do their cable management and integrated stuff like that. Like, that's really cool. I will spend. That's a good desk, though. That's a desk that I will probably have the rest of my fucking life. This chair better last me 10 to 20 years because of what I paid for it. I mean, how much are these SecretLabs chairs?
I think when they move on to new designs, the old ones. So I think your chair specifically is probably still pricey, but
yeah, because this is the Gen 3 or whatever.
But yours is also Diablo 4 exclusive.
It is.
It's a limited run. Which
I thought was going to be a much better game than it was, which was really disappointing. But that's
good chair.
it's a decent chair. It's definitely not the best chair I've sat in, because in the military, one thing that they weirdly, for whatever reason, invested very well in is chairs. So I've sat, like the desk chairs that they invest in are better than the computers they provide us. Like the chairs in my office were worth more than my workstation, hands down, without question. Like they had us on some Dell piece of shit that maybe had 5 gigs of RAM in it. Like garbage PCs.
Maybe you can check your email today.
Yeah. Good fucking luck. But like the chairs I sat in were the upscale, whatever the fuck they are, Harman Miller or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The only other chair I've had, honestly more pricey than that. I think I told you about this for Christmas, like a couple of years ago. A few years ago, I had asked my stepdad, who runs a company building super high-end office chairs for doctors' offices, if I could just have a chair. And he told me to just pick one. And I happened to pick the most expensive chair. I think it was like a $10,000 chair or something like that.
That's a really expensive fucking chair.
The chair was literally like, it was made of mesh, and the way it was like set up is it moves with you, right? So like when you adjust, it adjusts to the new place that your hips are sitting at, and it will actually like not push back against them, but like support them. Like most chairs, especially like this chair, push it. You can feel it pushing back against you when you sit in it for long periods of time. It doesn't hold you. It's just you're there, kind of thing. I wouldn't have paid more than $800 for any chair in it like at all.
So,
but yeah, I don't know. This chair seems cool, but I'd rather just have like the fractal refine.
This chair that I'm sitting in right now, if you were to buy this one, this is the regular SecretLabs Titan Evo. I realize this is an audio podcast, so I'm sorry for you who are listening and not seeing.
Nice shirt.
Thanks. It's gray. The SecretLabs Titan Evo Anarius Special Edition is still available on SecretLabs. It is $664 right now because it's discounted. It is a $769 chair. I paid almost $800. Huh?
Diablo 4, Devil, 664 instead of 666.
Right.
Seems like a missed opportunity, man.
Definitely. But it is an angel. It's an Arius, so not the devil. So 664.
I guess.
Close enough because he rebelled. It doesn't matter. Anyways, getting into the lore of things.
I agree. It should have been 333 instead of 666.
There you go. They should discount it more. Put that in perspective right now. If you decide that like, hey, I need a new chair. The LiberNovo Omni basic bundle, whatever the fuck comes with that, whatever stuff, is $698. So that chair is cheaper than this chair was when I bought it, and arguably that chair will be significantly more comfortable than this chair, theoretically.
I might end up getting it.
You don't have
not anytime soon. I was gonna say, like.
I don't think you're going to have time to get in on that price because that is is the campaign price.
I didn't say I was going to buy it new.
If you have
it secondhand,
yeah, because totally. But I don't know. Like, I only got this chair. Like, I hate the idea of gamer chairs and gamer desks and all of this, like,
just marketing term. Gamer in general.
It really is. Like, I don't know. I'm not a fan of people who are like, oh, it's a gamer thing. And I want quality. I don't give a fuck if it's for gamers, professionals, whatever. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Now,
It's got lights on it.
Who's got the colored lights? All right, well, that's kind of cool, but fucking not everything has to be that way. I bought this chair because my previous chair was shit, and I knew I needed a better chair. And a lot of people told me these chairs were comfortable, and I would say that it's the most comfortable chair I've owned, not the most comfortable chair I've sat in. I have fallen asleep in the chairs that I sat in when I was in the military. Like, they're like...
I fell asleep in that chair when I moved here.
Yeah, I still do that, but like... Maybe not a good metric of whether or not the chair is comfortable. But like, I don't know. I feel like most of the time, good chairs are overpriced. And I don't know. That's kind of my thoughts. This LiberNovo thing is interesting. That's about all I've got to say on it.
Yeah, I mean, aside from, because this is an audio podcast, so we kind of have to try to
describe,
express the design. The other thing it has is this huge plastic, I guess, reinforcement piece that comes up from the bottom, and it actually puts like a cradle on the back of your this part of your skull, that's the back of your head where it meets your neck. I forget what that part of your, just the cranial, I guess.
Yep.
And it looks like it's set there specifically in a way that it kind of holds your head in place. So like you could probably push back against it, but it should, from what I'm looking at in the video, it looks like it's helping you float your head, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's definitely, they have 100% designed a chair with ergonomics in mind. Like, it is a very ergonomic, forward-thinking chair. And if you sit all day, if you do a lot of sitting, if you're editing videos, if you sit at your desk to work, this probably is a good investment. Because a lot of us are fucked up from sitting all day, and we don't go out and do stuff. I generally work jobs where I'm out doing shit, not sitting at a desk all day. So it doesn't matter as much to me. Though right now I'm on summer break, so I'm at my desk a lot. But like, if you work from home and you game or you edit and you're in your chair 90% of the day, seems like a really smart investment to me.
Standing desk.
Well, yes, get a standing desk for sure. Maybe an elliptical.
I had one of those. It was great.
Yeah, the wife has one. Her desk is a standing desk, sit-stand desk, which is also the SecretLabs is a sit-stand desk, which is another reason I want it. Is really cool desk. But I would be interested in buying this. I don't think it's something I'm going to buy. I will watch reviews of it, and when it comes time for me to get a new chair in 10, 12, 15 years, however long, because honestly, this chair is actually built really well. I actually had a piece break, and all I had to do was reach out to SecretLabs, and they're like, give us this information. Okay, we're shipping you a new part. Here you go. Like, no hassle, nothing. Really great customer service, really great experience on that front. But like, I'm past the point of buying something to serve a purpose that is only going to serve that purpose for less than 5 years. If I don't think the product is going to survive for a decade or more, I'm not buying the product. So if that means I'm paying more for it, fine. And if the LiberNovo chair is a chair that's like, this chair is going to last you for 20 plus years, I think that price tag's reasonable. Now, I won't be buying one anytime soon, but when it comes time for me to get a new chair, this might be something I look at. But I don't know. Yeah,
and it honestly could even be like in a few years when you finally decide to move to Norway.
That's the hope.
I mean, that's when I think it would make more sense to just buy something from Herman Miller, because it's manufactured literally like maybe a couple borders over.
Yeah, maybe it's
just down the road, you know.
We're widening our scope a little bit to like just try and get somewhere, because once you're over there, it's a lot easier to move. It's getting over there that's the hard part. But don't fool yourself. While we're in Norway, I'm going to be going to mechanic shops and be like, hey, what's up? I'm looking to get the fuck out of America.
Hey man, I got hands. And I still got all my fingers.
For now. Let's see if we can lose a couple. But yeah, no, I fully intend to, like, while I'm in Oslo, be like, oh, hey, there's a Ford dealership. I'm going to go say hi. Like, I don't expect anybody to be like, yeah, we'll sponsor you and hire you now. I can't do that yet. Like, I got to finish school. I got stuff to do. The house has got to get ready to sell. Like, you know, all that kind of stuff. But
if you bring that shit with you and say, look, like, part of your next round of schooling is a certification to work on Tesla vehicles, especially over there where, like, everybody is like,
yeah, it's all about electric. But that's that having
EV, like,
and having my electrical certification. They don't use ASE certs over there. That's an American standard. There is a standard that they use, but, like, it basically translates. So I can go in there and be like, hey, I have my A6. Like, that's done. And while they might not understand what the A6 is, when I say I'm electrically certified, that hits some good marks, right? So, like, when I get that EV course done next summer, that hits even more. You know, once and it might be that, like, I can get over there before getting, because so, like, the way ASE works, we're getting way off topic here, but I'll wrap up. The way ASE works is, like, you have to do all your certs, and then you have to have 2 years of on the job to actually get your, like, official certification saying you are an ASE certified master mechanic. When you go through a school program like this, they count the 2 years of schooling as 1 year in the field. So once I'm done with my school, I only need 1 year in the field to be able to get that actual physical certification that says, boom, you've got it. And then I get my patches and shit like that. So it's probably likely that I won't be able to advertise and move overseas until that's done, but who knows? Yeah. So at the very least, I've got to finish my school. So it's at least another 18 months away. But back to this chair. It's cool. If you're in the market for a new chair right now, I'd recommend checking it out. We'll have a link in the description, as we always do. All of the topics that we talk about, we try to put links to for stuff that's relevant. But if you're looking for a new chair, this would be my, like, hey, maybe look.
Yeah. Speaking of chairs, you should probably take a seat, or if you're sitting, stand up, and then get ready to sit back down, because Ubisoft CEO has addressed the Stop Killing Games initiative. How'd you like that segue?
That was fucking trash.
I know.
That was amazing.
That was so bad it was amazing.
Bro, you failed that task so successfully.
You're welcome.
Hey, Mike, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Do you wash your hands in the toilet after you finish shitting in the sink?
Fuck off. That's my line. Eat shit.
As long as you didn't put it in the sink, buddy. Oh, shit. All right.
Oh, fuck.
So what Ubisoft do now?
The CEO of Ubisoft has addressed the Stop Killing Games initiative. The article also says, after overseeing the deaths of the crew, and overseeing the deaths just makes me think that he's just sitting there like, he's dead.
He's doing the Caesar thing where it's like he's putting out his thumb and then just going. Yeah. And I think we talked about that on the Patreon last week. So, like, the reason he's responding is because the president of Parliament in the EU signed it and said that once a game is sold, it is the product of the purchaser, not the person who sold it. So kind of a big deal. So what was his response? Probably eat shit and die. I don't give a fuck what you think.
He had a response, man.
Did he say it's sabotage related, or
no? It's
there's
actually
a conspiracy?
Very just why are you even talking kind of response. Like, I feel like the interviewer wasted their time to get a response type of yeah. Anyway, they said it wasn't a complete dismissal. I'm just gonna read it.
Okay.
In quotes, quote for quote. Regarding the petition, we operate in a market. And then it cuts. And then he continues after a bunch of filler shit. And whenever we release a game, we provide a lot of support for that game. We also provide a lot of services to make sure that the game is accessible and remains playable 24/7.
That's called hosting a server.
We didn't answer the question.
Is that it? Is that what he said? That's it.
I mean, then it goes on to talk about, like, the fucking terms of service that y'all agree to. Like, information regarding the game and how long it can be played, and they have the right to just cancel access to any part of their game or the entirety of the game upon a 30-day prior. Yeah, it's like that. What was that quote where the guy's just like, "We live in a society. We operate in a market." Right? Great fucking answer to the question, guy. What's your opinion on the petition for not killing games? Hey, man, we operate in a market.
I question how certain people get the jobs they get quite often.
Fucking, they work in a market, man.
Oh shit! Hey, you know what's even better? I shared a link with you. I'm surprised you didn't pick this one up too. I shared a link with you where the CEO of the company that Ubisoft sold all of its big titles to, you know, that secondary subsidiary thing, that's his son.
That was one of the things.
Yeah, that's his son.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's his son that runs that, and he has the gall to say, "But I'm not a nepo baby." I don't.
You're literally a nepo baby.
I don't think you understand what that means. Like, I feel like
I need you to go to your dad's lake, dive underwater, and take a breath.
Do me a favor. Go to the beach and have a beach fire, have some drinks, and then just stand over the fire and inhale real deep. Just suck in all those fumes.
Take the biggest breath you can, dog. God.
I just...
Hey, Ubisoft CEO son person, do you wash your hands in the toilet when you're done shitting in the sink?
I swear, dude, I'm almost convinced this company is just like, how do we make our stock worth as little as possible without having to close down the company? I feel like that's their goal. Like, they've got like a running bet or something of like, how do we make our stock become a penny stock or even more of a penny stock? Because I think their current stock trade is like $2 a stock, which is the lowest of every game publisher out there. That is
fuck, dude?
They are the substantially lower than every other video game publicly traded publisher, by like tens of dollars per stock. So, boy.
Anyway,
I mean, like going back to Heartland, they canceled the wrong game, and then they canceled the game that they didn't like. Yeah, I think the board of directors needs to like fire this guy, like in a bad way.
The board of directors needs to just they just need to clean house. Just everybody above development just needs to go away.
They need to fire everyone above like your base level like team lead designer, and just have Jade Raymond fill the CEO position. Yeah, bring Jade Raymond back, because your company hasn't been good since she left, in my opinion.
That, and honestly, just give the company back to the person you bought it from.
Mm-hmm. And here's an idea: stop being a publicly traded company. Stop it. Get help.
Get help.
You knew exactly where I was going.
3 for 3 episodes.
Oh, that's the running thing now, bro. You've got tell your mama said hi. I've got stop it, get help.
I've also got fuck Ubisoft.
Yeah, you should, which is ironically the title of this episode.
Yes,
boy,
he did go on a little further.
Okay,
not so much about Ubisoft specifically, just like the industry as a whole.
That he works in a market.
Yeah, because he they operate in a market.
Uh-huh.
Sure. They sure do.
They sure do.
Where was I fucking reading? Because I like lost my place after all that shit. Hold on a second. Kill him. I don't even know how to say his name. Guillemot says the company provides information regarding the game, how long it's played, blah blah blah. Online connection is required on the box. Notice in fine print on the back of the box says Ubisoft may cancel. This is newly printed.
Mm-hmm.
on all of their boxes now.
Yep.
Ubisoft may cancel access to one or more specific online features upon a 3-day. Whether those sorts of notices are legally sufficient will likely be put to the test in the EU, at least after the Stop Killing Games petition passes its final deadline at the end of this month. And also, for those that are listening to this episode and didn't listen to the last, one of the presidents of Parliament actually commented and signed the petition.
Yeah.
So they are supporting the petition.
Yeah. Which will be interesting to see where that goes.
Yeah. Additionally, Guillemot cites a €1 fee was proposed to all buyers of the game for just €1 they got to buy the next version, as GameFile notes. This appears to be in a reference to a big sale on The Crew 2, which ran across digital marketplaces in 2024, bringing the price down to $1. I don't know how that relates to the €1 fee. That whole paragraph just was a bunch of words and none of them transitioned together. It's not a whole lot of money, he says.
Kind of like your segues.
Exactly. Yep. It's not a whole lot of money, he says, to be able to continue playing a game. And then it just kind of goes on about the, yeah. Anyway, speaking of money and Ubisoft, their shareholders decided to confront the... It just says boss.
Boss.
about
boss.
Yeah, about quote-unquote woke Assassin's Creed, specifically highlighting Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Interesting.
So shareholders are big mad.
Big mad.
Again, this is one that I kind of skimmed over and didn't fully read because I wanted to get your reaction when I was reading their quotes.
Okay.
But basically, Shadows released back in March. It's currently their best-selling game of 2025.
It's not really hard when you... Hang on. Keep reading.
Yeah. It was, quote-unquote, dogged by no shortage of manufactured outrage online prior to launch because it was the first game in the series to take place in Japan, but included a black character named Yasuke, a real historical figure, as one of its two playable protagonists. And then it kind of goes back to talk about the person that they hired for historical accuracy ended up being a fucking fraud, and it was like a whole ordeal. First of all, regarding Assassin's Creed Shadows, there's been a lot of controversy regarding the game. Someone who claimed to be a recent investor, but longtime player, said during the QA portion of Ubisoft's July 10th shareholder meeting, "How do you respond? Ubisoft has been accused and criticized for the wokest trend."
Okay.
Woke-ist.
Woke-ist. Okay.
And this game is happening in 16th century medieval Japan, and the main character is an African samurai. That's a bold choice. This is still quotes from the shareholder. That is a bold choice by Ubisoft. And in the story, he falls in love. That's one of the possibilities of the game. He gets to fall in love with the transgender character.
That's
why?
Look,
why this specific thing?
I'm all for choices, but that definitely seems like a weird one.
Just don't do that one.
Yeah, just don't do it. So
Jesus Christ.
I just want to real quickly pause. They said that Assassin's Creed was their most profitable game released in 2025.
It says Assassin's Creed Shadows released back in March and is currently the third best-selling game of 2025.
The third best-selling? Do you know what games have released from Ubisoft this year? Let me just go through the list here for you, buddy. In 2025, I
think they mean like as a whole, like of 2025, not just from Ubisoft. It's just
you
currently
said
the third.
Okay.
The third
best-selling game of 2025. Got it. Okay.
Yes.
Here's what they've released this year so far. Bump Super Brawl, which is an iOS Android game that also has a Windows port. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown came to Android and iOS. Did not release this year. Released on Android and iOS this year. So, that one's iffy. That's it.
I'm thumbs upping, audio listeners.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's real easy for it to be your best-selling game when you release one game.
We got game of the year, guys. It's a wrap. Shut it down.
like I again, going back to like the woke transgender thing, I do agree it's weird to make Sasuke the choice for
Sasuke, not Sasuke.
whatever the fuck his name is. It's weird to make him the choice for a game that's based in Japanese when every other Assassin's Creed has been a character of that culture in that world. And they could have just as easy made it Hanzo Hadatori as the main protagonist because he was a real person who was a real ninja at that real time. Instead, you play as his fictitious daughter and the Black Samurai, which, fine.
Yep.
Just a really weird choice. And then again, like you open yourself up for that speculation, right? Like your intentions might be good. You might think that like, oh, this is a really cool story. And you might genuinely believe that. But there are going to be people who look at the track record of Assassin's Creed and go, so fucking why did you do this?
You fucking what, man?
What? Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Ezio Auditore, Italian. Altair, Arab.
Mm-hmm.
Edward Kenway, English. Connor Kenway, Native American. Fucking so on and so forth. The Fry twins, English.
Mm-hmm.
Why? It is a weird choice. I can't say whether it was made to be quote unquote woke, and I hate that people do say that because you don't fucking know. You're speculating, which is fine. You can speculate, but don't say it like it's a fact. So like the CEO going after Ubisoft, or not the CEO, the shareholder going after Ubisoft for that seems really like, why are you a fucking shareholder?
The other reason I specifically picked this topic, it's just that they remained anonymous. Apparently, they are referred to as someone who claimed to be a recent investor but longtime player.
Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna just the audio listeners. I am a longtime player, and arguably, for those of you,
a recent investor.
I just hold that up there. I don't know if the camera's picking that up too well, but that is Ubisoft.
Nope.
Yeah, no, and it's you could. I'll screenshot that. Recent investor, so I'm a stakeholder.
Yeah. Technically, by all
definitions,
technicalities, you can now say that you are a Ubisoft, and that because of that, your opinion is more valid than everyone else's that is not an investor,
which is idiotic. I paid for this. Yeah. I bought into this, so my opinion matters more than that person's.
My 2 cents is worth more than your 2 cents.
Yeah, because I put it in their pocket. That obviously. That's how much the stock costs, man.
It goes on. So they talk about he gets to fall in love with the transgender character. And then the fucking article says, then they dropped this bomb like they were a James Bond villain grilling 007. So, back to quotes. Woke or no woke, they said. How do you explain Ubisoft's deteriorated reputation, which may actually challenge the foundations of your organization? So is that a show of openness on your part, or are you going to backtrack or backpedal on the leftist political agenda? Is there room in the entertainment world for that kind of stance? This person that they're quoting, it literally just sounds like someone went on Reddit one day and was like, "I'm an investor."
Yeah. This feels like this feels like somebody who got pulled off of Reddit. Like this feels like a Reddit like hot take is what this feels like. Boy. Yeah. Why don't you sit down? Just sit down, have a cup of tea, and shut the fuck up.
Have a cup of shut the fuck up.
Go wash your hands in the toilet after you shit in the sink. I don't know, man. Like, I get it. I get people's frustration with the game, especially me. Like, I'm frustrated with the game. But, like, move the fuck on with your life. It's over. Decisions are made. It's happened. What is your goal here? What is the point? The game's out. It, I think, is a commercial failure. I don't know. What were the sales for it? I mean,
it's the best-selling game.
That doesn't mean it's so.
What do you want, man? It's the best-selling game that they've come up with in 2025. It's like
it's the only fucking game. It's the only fucking game. It's the only fucking game. Oh God,
That doesn't matter, man. It's the best-selling game they've released in 2025. This doesn't matter. It's the only game they've released. It's the best-selling one.
Oh, let's see. Okay. So, all right. What is current sales? So this is saying that Assassin's Creed Shadows reportedly sold approximately 3.4 million copies in under 2 months. Okay, so, and of course, right, while Ubisoft touted 3 million players, this figure is now being criticized as potentially misleading, as it includes those who bought the game, not necessarily those actively playing it. Early sales figures show 1.7 million copies sold on PS5, 367,000 on PC, Steam, and Ubisoft stock reportedly dropped to the game's performance and financial concerns. Let's see. We've got a report from KIA on Reddit here. This is as of 2 months ago. Assassin's Creed sales numbers finally released. 367 copies sold on Steam. 367,000 copies sold on Steam. Yeah, so this is just repeating what that said. Total, though, this is saying 2.4 million across all platforms. According to the same source, this number was half of Ghost of Tsushima's PC launch numbers. Just PC launch for Ghost of Tsushima sold double what Assassin's Creed Shadows did.
Jesus Christ.
Schedule 1, which is that indie game. Mike, you're like in the bottom half of the screen. Schedule 1 sold 7.7 million copies on PC. Oblivion Remastered sold 1.8 million copies on Steam. Like, boy.
And Oblivion Remaster wasn't even like they didn't make it a big deal. They were just like, by the way, we did this here. Like, there was speculation, but like Blizzard themselves was like, oh yeah, by the way, here's the thing. So the fact that that did better.
So,
just like
diving a little bit deeper here, Assassin's Creed Shadows is estimated to have cost between 250 million and 300 million to develop. Marketing costs are estimated at another 100 million, putting the total investment between 350 million to 400 million. That is according to a YouTube analyst and a Reddit discussion. So take that with a grain of salt. I'm not going to dig deeper while we're recording and apparently streaming to find out more. But to break even, the game needs to sell a significant number of copies, considering the standard edition costs $70 and retailers take a cut. That's true, but retail on new games is less than 5%. There is not a lot of markup. As somebody who did stocking and ordering for a video game store, it's like $2 to $3 that the store makes when you buy a new game.
Basically paying for the plastic.
Yeah. Your money in game sales is used games. That's the only place you make games. With a $250 million budget, the game would need to sell around 5.1 million copies. It didn't sell half of that. So I think it's safe to say Assassin's Creed Shadows was a commercial failure. Which
what? it's the best-selling game they've released this year, Rust.
No, I dispute that. It is Ubisoft's best-selling game. It can't. I'm sorry. There is no way with the games that have come out this year that is the third best-selling game of this year.
Anyway, speaking of complete commercial fucking failures, you remember the old Assassin's? I say old. The Assassin's Creed movie from like 10 fucking years ago.
Yeah, with Michael Fassbender.
Yeah. Which really sucks because he's like an actual good actor.
Yeah, and that movie was actually garbage.
Yeah, he carried that entire, like, I wouldn't be surprised if dude needed back surgery after that, because he carried that whole fucking movie.
He sure did. I watched it and I was like, wow, this movie is garbage, but Michael Fassbender's really good.
So Netflix has greenlit a live-action TV series.
I'm okay with this. Potentially. Have they released details on what the focus is going to be of the game, or? You're in the bottom of the screen again, buddy.
I'm sorry, I'm leaning.
You need to stop leaning.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
Yeah.
All they said, so trying to see if they mention who the fucking directors are.
So while you're looking that up, so far the best-selling games of 2025 are Monster Hunter Wilds, Elden Ring, and Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Those are the best-selling games of 2025 right now. So,
even Black Ops 6 for being a Game Pass release?
Apparently, as of 2025, these are the best-selling games right now.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed isn't even on the list. If you want me to expand it out here, we've got Spider-Man 2, Helldivers 2, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Resident Evil Village, Astro Bot, and Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, Doom the Dark Ages, and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Those are the top-selling games of 2025 right now. So.
Which is funny because a couple of those are from last year.
Yeah.
Resident Evil Village sticks out. I think that is actually 2023.
Yeah,
it's about that's release date.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, moving back on. So this is actually part of Quickfire that I totally didn't do. So we're doing Quickfire news now. This is going great. I am fumbling all this shit. I should have said at the beginning of the episode. You are right. I humbly apologize. Lord of the Land. Yeah. Anyway, the creative teams that this has passed through multiple creative teams since it was greenlit, and it is now in the hands of a Roberto Patino and David Weiner.
Okay.
It's something. They are now set as the creators, showrunners, and executive producers.
Oh God, the
movie's directly.
The show's gonna suck.
Why? Did they do the movie?
No. Roberto Patino, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He did the DMZ series on HBO Max, which is awful. He also did a movie called Cutback, which I don't know that movie. But apparently he's also working on the Backrooms film. Or did the Backrooms film. I don't know if that's come out yet or not. But I can tell you DMZ is actual garbage. That is like DC Zombies is the concept behind that. And they made that a live action and it is not good. Like the concept sounds really good. It's not good. What was the other writer that's working on it?
David Weiner.
David.
W-I-E-N-E-R. Yeah, Weiner.
Buddy, I'm sorry. That's an unfortunate name.
Senor Weiner. That's
an unfortunate name. Oh, fuck.
Sure
yeah,
is.
no, this is going to be bad. Do you want to know what the number one pop-up for him was? The very first thing that's listed on IMDb, the last thing this guy worked on. Halo. The show.
All right, that's it for the episode, guys.
Look, I don't know if you guys have seen the Halo TV show, but it is real bad.
Second, I waited. So with shows like that, I wait for the entire seasons before I watch them so I can binge them out.
Yep.
The second someone said that Master Chief took off his helmet, I was like, yep, you fucked up.
Oh, the majority of the show is him without his helmet.
Yep.
They literally did the...
That was episode 2.
Yeah.
Literally.
Uh-huh. And then do you want to know what the best worst part of that show is? Because I'm going to tell it to you. You know how Cortana, you know how Cortana's an AI that helps John? By the end of the show, John lets Cortana take over his brain. So John doesn't exist anymore. It's Cortana controlling John. He literally becomes, for all intents and purposes, transgender. Because he's now literally got a female's brain running his male's body. Which, like, fine. No problem with the transgender thing. Other than that, it's Master Chief who's supposed to have an AI partner, Cortana. Not Cortana controlling the man's mind.
What the fuck?
Yeah, wild. Yeah, the final fight. The final fight, he's getting his ass kicked, which is insane. He's literally getting his ass kicked, and Cortana's like, "You're gonna die," and he's like, "I'm gonna die." She's like, "Let me help you," and he's like, "All right," and then she takes over his brain, and then he becomes like the stoic, non-talking Master Chief that we know and love, which apparently is just Cortana controlling his brain.
Way to just try and inject some random fucking side story into the canon. Fuck off.
Yeah. So, boy, am I not looking forward to Assassin's Creed show anymore.
Have you speaking of some AI taking over brains, have you watched Upgrade?
It sounds familiar. Is that a movie?
It's a really good movie. Yeah.
I don't think I've seen this one.
We're gonna have to watch that. That's a really good fucking movie.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm down.
Yeah.
Moving on.
So going on, so this is a direct quote from Patino and Wiener.
I can't. It's got to be Weiner. It has to be Weiner.
I'm gonna keep saying Wiener.
All right, fair enough.
Anyway, so we've been fans of Assassin's Creed since its release in 2007. Wiener and Patino said, "Every day we work on this show, we come away excited and humble. Every day we work on this show. How long have you been working on this show? Hold on.
I mean, it's probably been in production before the announcement, so maybe a couple months. Yeah. Probably the beginning of the year would be my guess.
Now I'm super curious.
So you got to remember, working on the show doesn't necessarily mean they're filming. They could be writing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But I'm talking about like it has moved between so many creative hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now they have it.
Yeah.
Now being like very recent.
Yeah.
So I want to know like
I'm pretty sure Wiener also was a fan of Halo, and we saw how that turned out. So,
yeah. Oh well. Every day we work on the show, we come away. You walk away excited and humbled. Not you come away.
I generally come away.
Okay, CoinDrop After Dark it is. All right. Excited and humbled by the possibilities that Assassin's Creed opens to us. Beneath the scope, the spectacle, the parkour, and the thrills is a baseline for the most essential kind of human story. The person that wrote this article does not understand sentence structure at all.
It's probably an AI.
It says written by Joe Otterson.
That sounds like an AI name if I've ever heard one. Look, man.
Otterson. Fucking AI.
Look, man, all I'm saying is, AI be out there.
They do be out there. A human story about people searching for purpose, struggling with questions of identity, destiny, and faith. It is about power and violence and sex and greed and vengeance. But more than anything, this is a show about the value of human connection across cultures, across time. And it's about what we stand to lose as a species when those connections break. We've got an amazing team behind us with the folks at Ubisoft and our champions at Netflix, and we're committed to creating something undeniable for fans all over the planet. So even though these two people have made awful fucking things,
yep,
I'm hoping that Ubisoft will be like, nah, that's fucking bad.
You know what Ubisoft's gonna do?
Right again.
You know what Ubisoft's gonna do? Ubisoft is gonna. So they've been in this partnership apparently since 2020 is kind of when this venture started with them trying to figure this all out. Ubisoft is gonna go, look, we're in a market, and you can have this show for like 2 weeks, and then we're gonna cancel it. And we're going to remove it from the internet because we're Ubisoft. And it's ours, not yours. It's mine. You're just renting
it. This is what Ubisoft needs. On a serious note, this is what Ubisoft needs. Kind of serious note. Ubisoft, you are already making a show with Rob McElhenney called Mythic Quest. He is licensing, or you are licensing, a bunch of your works and story ideas to him for his show for Apple TV. Give him the rights to write a fucking Assassin's Creed TV show. Because he is making a universe.
I need to watch that.
He's now made a universe out of his TV show. It's literally Mythic Quest and then Side Quest.
Nice. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Man, it's genius. Hell yeah.
The dude is a comedic genius, but I think he also does a too. So like he knows, like he's a good writer. He's not just like a comedic writer.
Yeah.
So I feel like if Ubisoft decided to, peruse the market like they claim to be doing, Rob McElhenney should be at the top of your list.
Yeah. Look, man, we're just two dudes on the internet. Nobody cares about our opinions or our thoughts.
Yeah, and apparently we're still going to PAX West somehow. I don't fucking know.
Fucking wild.
We're just here, man. We live in a society, in a market, where we operate.
I'm not gonna condone piracy, but I am gonna ask a question. If Ubisoft says that we don't own games when we buy them, is it piracy when we take them?
I am of the belief that it's not piracy to begin with, because you're making a copy of something that already exists, so you can't steal it because it's not the original item.
Interesting.
And anybody that tries to fight that argument is illogical, and you just shouldn't speak.
Mike's gonna fight you. No, but like on a serious note, if the CEO of Ubisoft says that when we give him our money and we receive a product that we do not own that product, is it still theft if we take it without paying for it? Because we don't own it anyways. Just food for thought. Food for thought.
It is a thought. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It does have food for it.
There is food for that thought. I hope for the best with Assassin's Creed, but I'm not holding my breath with who they've selected for this based on their track record. Now, that doesn't mean things can't change and it can't be better in the future and they can make something that's good. But
there's a couple more names that they mentioned specifically that are part of this project. And it says, in addition to Wiener and Patino, Gerard Guillemot, which is the CEO, Margaret Boykin, who I have no idea.
Gerard Guillemot is the guy who says we don't own games when we buy them from him.
But I don't know who Margaret Boykin and Austin Dill are, but they're apparently part of the Ubisoft Film and TV side of things, and they are executive producers, as well as Matt O'Toole.
Okay, so here's some good news. It looks like, Margaret Boykin she's the executive producer of Mythic Quest and Side Quest.
Nice.
Yeah. And what was the other name?
Margaret. Matt O'Toole. Hey, Margaret, tell the people at Ubisoft they need to give this show to Rob McElhenney.
Matt O'Toole. All right, let's see Matt O'Toole. Matt O'Toole. He worked on Last Man Standing. That great show. I never watched it, so I can't really say too much, but not really. Interestingly enough, he played in Atlas Shrugged, which is a good movie. It's actually a series of movies that are really solid. Looks like he's done more acting. What's his credit for this? Producer? What are they saying he does for Assassin's Creed? Did they say?
He is just an executive producer.
Okay. So that's weird because he has 4 producer credits. Call Casting, Do Not Go Gentle, and Lost Junction. Call Casting is a short that has a 6 out of 10. Lost Junction has 5.5 out of 10. So great choice on your productions, I guess. I don't know, man. This show could go either way. Judging how Netflix has handled other video game adaptations in the past, my guess is the first season might be good, and then they're going to get overzealous and botch the second, third, fourth season, just like Witcher.
I was about to say, I'm just gonna say Witcher.
Yeah.
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 I don't know. There's more.
Good segue. That's
yeah.
There's more.
Yeah. But wait, there's more. Oh, well, I guess you already covered it, so there isn't more.
What did I cover?
Because the HBO Max miniseries DMZ was Patino's project, based on the comic books of the same name.
Yep.
Most recently, he worked as a writer and co-executive producer on the Netflix limited series Zero Day, starring Robert De Niro. His other credits include Westworld and Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, he didn't do a lot on Westworld, as far as I know.
Yeah. Wiener was the showrunner on season 2 of fellow video game adaptation Halo. So he didn't even write season 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Correct.
Season 1, whoever wrote season 1 is the fucking idiot that had what's his face take the helmet off.
I mean, he didn't fix. I haven't watched season 2, because like season 1 was trash. But
yeah. He also wrote the adaptation of Brave New World, as well as a couple shows, Fear the Walking Dead, which meh.
Yeah.
And Homecoming, which I never watched.
Like I said, man, it could go either way. But based on the track record of what he was involved in, I don't expect it to be good. The thought process I have, right? So, like, this is the problem with most adaptations. People aren't okay with not putting their name on things, and understandably so, right? Like when you're a producer, you're an actor, you're a director, when your name is on something, you want your name on it, you want your version of it. What Hollywood and other productions fail to understand is that's not what the fans want. That's never been what the fans want. I think you fucking froze. God damn it.
You were saying the problem with adaptations, and then you just
you froze.
Stopped.
You froze on my screen too. The problem with adaptations is that the people who make them want their name on it, and it goes without saying, right? Like you're producing it, your credit's going to be there. You want to make it yours. What they fail to understand is that's not what the fans want. The fans want what they want to see, which is like if you're going to make an Assassin's Creed show, my first thought is, all right, Ezio Auditore or Altair. Like, if you want to start at the beginning, you start with Altair. Or you go with the fan favorite, which is Ezio. But what's probably going to happen is what we saw with the movie, where they make their own story, their own line, and just take the framework of what Assassin's Creed is. That is what I expect, which is not what the fans want. It's not. But these people, they're not comfortable with just going like, I took this really amazing product and I made it my own by putting it on the screen. They go, I took this amazing product and made it mine by completely disregarding what the fans want. There was one that fucking the Resident Evil movie. Prime example. And this guy knows he's fucking up. That's the weirdest thing. He's aware. He said that the Resident Evil movie he's making, he knows that it's going to upset the fans. He flat out said it in an interview because he's not going to focus on Raccoon City. He's not going to focus on what the fans want to see. If you know that's what the fans want, why the fuck are you not giving the fans what they want? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Like I told you off camera. Why do this thing when you could just?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm? Just for audio listeners, he flipped me off. I just
Yeah. The other thing about Resident Evil, Netflix, they made a TV show for Resident Evil. It was really good. It was actually.
It was bad. What? You thought that was good? The opening is off. I couldn't get past the first episode.
Are we talking about the same Resident Evil?
There's only been one Resident Evil TV show.
Because this is the one where they like did the origin story for Umbrella Corp, and then actually like, right? It had what's his face that I can't remember. He was in Destiny 2 and Destiny 1. He played.
Yeah, Lance Reddick.
Yeah.
That show was really bad. It's got a 4.2 out of 10 on IMDb, dude. 53% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. You must be, because like if you thought that was good, buddy. Oof.
Good thing to say in a movie podcast. Anyway.
Yeah, because this is the premise of the show tells you how bad this is. 14 years after a deadly virus caused a global apocalypse, Jade Wesker, already, first of all, Jade Wesker, really? Albert Wesker had a daughter? Albert Wesker? Okay, sure. Fights for survival in a world overrun by infected creatures while being hunted by her past, her father, and what happened to her sister, Billy. Albert Wesker is played by Lance Reddick. And he's a scientist.
Yeah, I'm thinking of something else completely differently. So we're just gonna move on from
You could go ahead and cut that part out. What's our next topic?
Speaking of,
Speaking of,
speaking of what? There's no way to segue from that fuck up to meta.
Speaking of what?
Yeah.
Yep.
Insert segue here.
Sure.
Meta researchers reveal compact ultra-wide field of view VR headsets.
Okay.
Great segue, right?
Sure.
So they are. I'm trying to think of how to explain this without getting so technical that, like, as Ali says, you're saying words, but I'm getting none of it.
Tell me like I'm 5.
Yeah. So the typical
VR headset.
In reality, not I'm excluding the headset part for now. The typical perception of the human eye is about almost full 180 degrees.
Yeah, I'd say like 140-ish.
Yeah. There's a lot of other things that can extend that, like psychological thing from like trauma and stuff like that. Then your brain is able to adjust for a further degree, which is kind of why I'm not really understanding why they would develop a headset that would go 180 degrees when you can't see that far anyway.
Is that what they're?
It's not like you're putting a fisheye lens on your head. It's just a screen that can go out 180 degrees.
Is that what they're doing? Because ultra wide to me, like I think Meta Quest 3 has a visual range of
100 degrees.
Okay.
100 solid degrees.
Yeah.
So what this company is doing is they have detailed 2 headsets from in advance of some upcoming conference called the ACM SIGGRAPH 2025 Emerging Technologies Conference.
Okay.
That's a lot of things to say in one word, in one name. The research details 2 headsets achieving a horizontal field of view of 180 degrees. And it says in parentheses, which is a huge jump over Meta's existing headsets like the Quest 3, which is around 100 degrees.
Yeah.
It says the first headset is a pure VR headset, which the researchers say uses a quote-unquote high curvature reflective polarizer to achieve wide field of view in a compact form factor. So it's closer to your face, and it's honestly from the image, it's about the thickness of like 2 human hands, like stacked on top of each other.
Okay.
But the other thing about VR is you need immersion, right? There is no wraparound for the sides of your eyes where the light from everything around you is going to bleed into your vision. So it's just a flat screen on a headset, basically, that has curved lenses in it. But it's not going to matter because all of the light and reflections that are following that light in the room are going to hit your lenses because there's nothing to the sides and underneath of the headset to prevent it from happening, from what I'm seeing in the pictures.
Sure.
This could also just be like, this is version 1.
Yeah, it sounds to me like this might be a prototype. Like, I don't think this is like consumer level.
They also have a mixed reality headset. So basically the difference between VR and MR is a mixed reality headset uses what's called inside out hand tracking. So the cameras, the Quest 3 uses them. They have cameras around the headset that detect where your hands and where your controllers are.
Let's just we'll simplify this. Watch Minority Report.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cameras on this headset are probably not. They sound cool on paper. They're probably not going to be the cameras we get. The cameras total 80 megapixels. It just says the camera's total 80 megapixels of resolution at 60 frames per second. It doesn't give us an actual resolution, just that it's 80 megapixels.
Yeah, that doesn't tell us shit. That could be like
the Samsung Galaxy S21. The photo sensor on that is 50 megapixels.
Yeah.
So, in theory, it's about as capable as a modern smartphone at a resolution of 60 frames per second. But I don't see how they are intending to power all of that. Because the other thing you have to worry about is how fucking hot the thing on your head is going to get. Well, and you're putting a screen in it.
LEDs don't generate very much heat at all. So if it's an LED screen instead of an LCD screen, heat not an issue. Power consumption becomes an issue.
Yeah.
but heat not so much an issue.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of like screenshots and shit that's in here that they pulled from the actual article. So I'll like when I edit the video, I will put them in the VOD because there is a difference in the FOV measurement of the Quest 3 and their headset. And the way that their headset lenses are mapped, it almost kind of looks like oblong squares. If that, like it's it's weird, dude.
All right. Interesting.
So I'm curious to see what ends up happening because as prototypes go, like whatever they come out with for version 1, it's not going to be the thing you get for the final version.
Yeah.
I can 100% see the cameras not be megapixels. There's just no fucking reason for that. Because I think even the Meta Quest 3, with how good it's like hand tracking, because you don't even need controllers, it will track your hand movement.
Some games still require controllers, but like for interfacing with it, you can use just your hands.
Yeah, I think it literally is still like 10 or 20 megapixels.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be that good. It really doesn't.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
And I would rather have a higher refresh rate and higher clarity screen than higher megapixel cameras. Just me personally.
That's the other thing I don't really like about the posting they made. There's like no information. Green tab, the refresh rate, the panel that they're using, the manufacturer, like anything. It's literally just it's more field of view, and the cameras are pretty expensive.
My guess is it's going to be another,
and it's
going to be another overly priced gimmicky headset instead of like one that people are actually going to buy.
Probably.
Yeah.
It says the researchers point out similarly wide field of view headsets already exist in the consumer market. For instance, those from Pimax, but the field of view often comes at the cost of significant bulk. So
sure,
they honestly, it honestly could even be that they are trying to not even necessarily release a product, but advance the technology on an existing product. Which cool, but also we need more information than just they are wider field of view lenses.
Yeah,
the way that it's polarized.
Yeah,
like what screen tech are you using for this headset?
Yeah,
because that's another big factor. You can do a lot with LED. You can do a lot with OLED. You can do a lot with LCD, but like there's specific factors that each panel does in a specific way that favors one over the other, if that makes sense. Yeah, that was kind of just more so just to talk.
Sure. Yeah.
Advancement.
We'll see. I mean, like you said, like the article writer actually did mention that, like, hey, this stuff exists. I think HTC also made like a super wide one, if I remember correctly, but I don't know. Yeah. What else you got?
For they got 3 more. So
let's actually make these quick fire, because you're missing the quick part of the quick fire.
Yeah. Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake will launch very soon.
Sure.
Ubisoft exec says.
The same guy who says we don't own our games.
And for some reason, he also just decided to name drop Splinter Cell for no reason.
In what context?
Just because. Literally no reason.
Okay.
He says.
Are we sure this guy's not an AI robot? Are we sure this guy exists? Has anybody ever seen this man? Like, really seen them? Not seen him on a video. Seen this man? Have we put eyes, real human eyes, on this individual?
So the exact quote is, when asked about Prince of Persia game, as you know, we've got some iconic brand names.
As you know, we work in a market.
Yes. We live in a society.
And we work in a market.
Where we operate. Yeah. As you know, we've got some iconic brand names in our catalog that we can either activate or reactivate with little investment. How about you reactivate the crew servers, and how about you fucking reactivate Heartland? You fucking dog water.
It looks like you're yelling at the bottom of the screen again, Mike.
I am. I'm yelling into my microphone. I'm sorry. It also doesn't help that this chair keeps just like ducking every few seconds. This goes to the remake of Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time, which is going to be released very soon, or even Splinter Cell later on. That's all he says about it.
I'm convinced this guy's a chat GPT bot. This man is not a real human.
He also name dropped Splinter Cell for no apparent reason, so maybe he's just fucking with us.
Yeah, 100%. Hey, what's that? You know what's really weird? There was this really big event like a month ago. It's like the Super Bowl of games. We call it the Future Games Show. It's hosted by Jeff Keighley. If Prince of Persia's coming so soon, why didn't you tell us there? Why did you say it behind closed doors to somebody randomly and then name drop Splinter Cell, which has already been confirmed as canceled? Also, hey, Ubisoft, what's going on with Beyond Good and Evil 2?
Oh yeah, what happened? Hey, hey, buddy, where game?
Dead. It's dead, Mike. It was dead and buried, and they refused. Oh yeah,
they buried it in the fucking coffin that they put Heartland in.
Yeah, anyway, and they forgot to release the press release saying it got killed. Yeah,
or something.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, speaking of things that may or may not have been killed for the longest time, but now we actually have an update on The Legend of Zelda live-action movie. Finally cast its princess. Fuck you, that works. This movie has been like in hiatus, it's limbo for like ever. The person they cast apparently was a game movie veteran, quote unquote, at roughly 12 years old, thanks to Final Fantasy.
Spirit?
I don't know. You sent me this one. I don't know if you read it yet.
No.
Huh?
Was it the Spirit Guardians or whatever the hell the old 2001 movie was?
Nope.
What Final Fantasy movie?
Recent. It's 15. Oh, it's the Final Fantasy 15 prequel, Kingsglaive.
Yeah, okay. All right. So she was in Kingsglaive. Okay.
Yeah, she was in Kingsglaive. Apparently, she was only on screen for like a total of 3 seconds, but that was enough to get credit.
It's Nintendo. It's Nintendo with the fucking Leonardo DiCaprio meme. That one. Yeah. It's just pointing at the screen like, that's who we want to be Zelda.
Yeah. It literally says, young Luna is only on screen for a few seconds, but hey, that's more than enough for Ferguson to have earned her motion capture. She would have been roughly 12 time Kingsglaive's release, so she got some experience portraying a video game princess. And then it goes on to say, of course, Princess Zelda is a far more notable character, and there's a big difference between a motion capture cameo and a leading role in a live-action film. But
you don't
now, say. Now you're equipped to astound and amaze your friends that the same actor has helped in film versions of notable video life previously.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I had no idea that she was in
I don't think
prequel.
I don't think anybody would have known because she's on screen for 3 seconds.
And it's not even like
it's
motion capture.
Yeah. Which okay. I mean, that raises all kinds of questions, but we're just going to move on.
Well, this is the segue into Patreon, so...
All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on over to Patreon, where we're going to talk about an upcoming zombie game that Mike is super excited for, I think, if I remember looking at his notes very briefly.
Fucking excited.
Sorry, Jesus. My bad.
Yeah, get it right.
Okay. Yeah, patreon.com/CoinDropPod. CoinDrop Bets. Jesus Christ, I can't remember our own plug. Patreon, CoinDrop Pod. You can find us there. $3 a month gets you access to that side. Listen to us ramble and rant some more, and listen to Mike cuss and scream about Heartland for like an hour and a half over there.
You have no fucking idea.
Yeah, that was a Mike-led episode. Let us know if you liked it. I think it was pretty fun. I didn't have to do the work, so I got to sit back and enjoy it.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Did you? I fucking hated it.
Yeah, I bet you did. I bet you did.
And you know what? you know what? Next time you fumble, I'm gonna make fun of you, and we're gonna do this again.
We sure are.
And yeah,
It's gonna happen again. Yep.
Well, behind the scenes, I was supposed to find and do all the research, and I didn't do that.
Nope.
And then we were gonna record tomorrow, so I was gonna do it today. But then I was like, let's record today. So I did it in like 2 hours. Yeah.
And you did it
raw dogging the fuck out of this podcast.
We're so professional. 107 episodes in.
Yep.
Official Coin Drop podcast. Thanks everybody for listening. Since Mike led this episode, I'm gonna take his fucking line. Tell your mom I said hi.